just some projects to get going on today is cleaning up the winter muck. So we're pulling everything out of the hen house and their little run. It's coming around. We feel like it's composted enough. It's composted out there all winter because they've spent a lot of their time indoors. So the chicken manure shouldn't be too hot for the garden. And there's not that much of it. So all the bunny poo, everything that's accumulated here is just going straight out, and this is the way we planned it, so that rabbit manure could be shoved straight out to the garden area. And the hens are helping today. So we're gonna fell some more trees. There's about 5 or 6 big daddies around here that block my morning sun, and I won't have to worry about the sun being shaded again until around 4 o'clock in the evening. So this should be pretty good for corn, and probably sunflowers are gonna go back here. We're making a fun kind of a Wizard of Oz garden back here. We're putting up a white picket fence or a white post fence, a scarecrow, a perma scarecrow, and some crows back here. So we're gonna set it up kind of cute, and you'll be able to get to it from 3 different entrances. And that's it so far. So just some getting rid of the winter bunny poo and putting it to good use, prepping this garden area. We're also burning some of the debris right here, and then that ash also is going to be spread in the garden. And it's really, really close to the pond, which we love. Okay, that's it for today. Lots and lots of raking to do. Keep it up, girls. You're doing a great job. Love and light, everybody. All right, I'm taking a little break. So I just wanted to show that the reason why I do this way, I keep the rabbit hutches next to the garden area, is because this underneath this underside of the rabbit hutches becomes an absolute haven for earthworms. The big, fat, juicy river earthworms, they just thrive in rabbit poo. And they like the shelter of the hutches. And so this is always a haven for gigantic earthworms. And my chickens are feasting on some. So also, besides passively farming earthworms, which are so good for soil aeration, and they break down all these microbes in your soil, and they keep everything going under the surface. But I like to be able to have it right next to the garden, because this muck here can easily be just pulled out and brought straight to the gardening area. And that puts all those big, fat, juicy, lovely, luscious earthworms straight into my garden soil. And I don't have to do anything else except muck underneath the hutches. Well, I do it a little more often in the summer so that they can keep breezes going under their pens. But in the winter, at the end of, like this time of year, right around my birthday, I do the winter mucking. And that just gets those earthworms right over there where I want them, over there in that garden area. And I just keep farming earthworms underneath here. I just can't say enough about how much I use those earthworms. You can use them for fishing. You can feed them to your chickens, either manually or passively, and they're just so good for the soil. And anytime I find them, I dig up a whole bucket full and I'll move them into a garden bed where I want them, and I'll start a whole nother earthworm farm that way. The girls are having a good time. We're on a worm hunt. Well, the rabbits are happy when they get mucked out because they get more square footage, more square inchage. And who ordered the poo-poo platter? I've always wanted to say that. It's going well. I would say that because you've been sitting around all spring, before you tackle a project like this, don't forget to stretch beforehand, because this is a pretty good cardio workout. It works your core muscles. Well, you know what raking is. Raking, you put your back into it, and you have to stretch all those muscles before. Also, plan out your big projects like this. Eat really, really well before, during, and after these projects. And then when you get out here and actually work it, you'll see you feel pretty good doing this. It's all demucked. It's so nice in the beginning of spring. It's like a fresh, clean start, and you get to smell the fresh, clean straw that's in the hutches and in the chicken pen, and it just seems so clean when you walk through here now. Absolutely love it. And then the hot piles of manure from the hen house will sit in small piles at the edge of the garden, and at the end of the season we'll incorporate the then decayed hotter manure, if that makes sense, into the garden. But for now we have plenty of carbon with the straw, plenty of nitrogen with the hay, plenty of nitrogen with the bunny poo, and some leaves. And I wanted, before I left, this is part of the garden here, a lot of these trees have to come down because it's throwing way too much shade. I wanted to catch the frogs singing to y'all. They woke up about 6 days ago, and every once in a while they just sing their beautiful little song. I'm so happy to have the frogs back. Had my window open last night and they sang me to sleep last night. Oh, it's so nice to have spring in the air. Guess they're not going to sing for y'all. Well, they're being shy. So every once in a while you'll hear this brrr sound. That's my little tree frogs waking up. I love them. All my birds. Oh, I'm starting to recognize the sounds of different birds now living here. And different frogs too. So I'm getting better at this. All right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing day. And we'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Blessed be.